Yo, it's that time again. Sharks. Monday, May 18th. About to do it big. We got a good one today. Good conversation. Today's conversation is actually a combination of a few conversations I've had in the past with a couple friends. I've gone over this a few times with people. To be honest, it's one I continue to work on for myself. So it's one where I also from time to time can get distracted, just like all humans, right? We're all human. So it's good just to revisit and re-talk about things and, try to help us all stay on our path. That's big. So this one might be all about you today. If that's the case, take it in stride. I know this one's definitely about me. This podcast is literally me and my conversations I have with people, and the majority of the time, most of the time, it's about my own struggles as I move forward and try to grow and be the best version of myself. So take it in stride and do your best to continue to get better, because that's what this is all about, right? We're all a bunch of humans that have failed a lot of times, and it's our failures that define who we are when we get back up and we go again, right? Stand up 8. That's us. There's millions of great people out there, and every single one of them has failed probably more times than they succeeded. But it's just the one time. You just need to succeed one time. You can fail at basketball and learning it, and then just win it one time. Oh, man, the coffee today is legit. Got my New York mug out. So in the end of April 29th, the one place I've yet to go, and I travel as often as I can, is New York City. I was supposed to go to New York City. My cousin went a couple months before and bought me this amazing mug. I'm drinking a Columbia roast that was given to me as a gift. It's sick. And today I did have one earlier in a Chemex, which is my favorite way to drink coffee, and the one I'm drinking right now is a little French press. Still got like half a French press left, so we'll jab into that too. I'll finish it up by the end of the day, but it's Monday, and let's get into the nitty and the gritty of what today is about and what conversations that I have in regards to such. So I'm going to use conversation I had with my friend Sam, because he'd be okay with it. I can release my conversations with Sam. So the conversation started. Sam will talk about aliens from time to time. He's a believer. He's a believer in aliens, and they're out there. And let's be honest, man, if the universe is as big as it's said to be, right? Like, we live in the Milky Way galaxy, and then there's like other galaxies. It'd be hard to believe that we're the only species that lives on a planet. Yeah, it'd be hard to believe that. And so he'll bring up aliens sometimes, and I'm just like, oh, whatevs. One time we were out in the Hopi Reservation, and his dad was telling me a story of just driving through the plateaus, and there's a long road, and we were actually on the road, and it's super dark. There's no lights out there. It's just your car, and it's just going. And he was like, this light, this thing, and it came down. The kids didn't know. They were super young, and he's telling me this whole story, and the truth on his face. You're just like, this guy is 100% passing a lie detector test, right? So, and I'm listening to all these stories, and then Sam one day made a comment to me, and he was like, but Chachi, you don't believe in aliens. And I was like, well, I think we were on a trail, we were hiking, just casual conversation. And I was like, well, I've never said that I don't believe in aliens. I've never once said that. I just take it grain of salt. I don't have any oh my gosh reactions. I don't be like, man, I believe in aliens too, like this is the experience I had. I don't have any of those, because what I do is I'm taking it in stride, right? You're telling me you believe in aliens. So I'm taking it in stride. So I'm taking it in my stride, on my path. So if I was driving to the grocery store to pick up milk for my child, and somebody came up next to me and was like, yo, Frank, my name's Chachi, but I like the word Frank. I need you to come over here and do this thing for me real quick. My goal at that moment is what? To get milk for my child. So I'm probably not going to acknowledge that person asking me to do something else, right? I'm going to be like, oh, that's cool. I have some obligations, and I'm just going to keep going on. Does that mean that I don't really care about the other people, that I just push them off? Is that what that means? We would say, no, you wanted to get milk for your child. Okay, cool. So when it comes to like aliens, it's not that I don't believe in them. It's that when Monday comes, I have to do a podcast. When Monday comes, I have to go to work. When Monday comes, I have to go get and make money to pay bills. When Monday comes, I have all these obligations. And not on top of that, I have these goals. I have all these goals I want to obtain, right? I want to run a 100-mile race. I want to have a good podcast that people find value in. I want to start my website. I want to start using YouTube more with videos. And I want to do all these great things. And what happens if I start chasing all these other things that have no impact to me on Monday? Right now, aliens have no impact for me. They're not coming and giving me money. They're not coming me and giving me happiness. There's nothing that they're doing for me. And so it's not that I don't like aliens or I don't believe in them. They have no impact on my path. Like, they're not increasing my endurance. Like, going and searching and believing in aliens doesn't increase my endurance. Going searching and trying to find all these things for aliens doesn't do that for me. You know what it does for me? It would take me off my path. It would take me off my goals. It is a distraction for me. Now, if you're making money off aliens because you're selling alien stuff, if you got all these aliens things and people are coming to you for all this knowledge and it's part of whom you are and what you're doing, knock it out. Keep searching for aliens. That's your path. For me, it's a distraction. For you, it's whatever it is. If you have a foundation or a group of people that come to you for you to talk to you about aliens, and you have this alien connection and it does all these things for you, by all means, keep doing it. Keep doing it. So I'm just using aliens as an example. I have nothing against aliens. If you're listening to this, we cool. Now, the reason why I bring that up is because of distraction more than anything else for me, right? So there's things in our lives that are 100% distractions. Warren Buffett, I always go back to Warren Buffett when I think about my principles and my values and my goals. Goals more than anything else. Warren Buffett, self-made, right? Billionaire. People go for him, they want to know about the stock market. They want to know about these great things. They're going to go to Buffett. Buffett's notorious for this 5-25 strategy. Very simple strategy. You take down your 25 goals, right? You got going on right now, 25 goals. One of my goals, to learn to play an instrument. I suck at music. That's a limited belief right now, saying I suck at music. That's for a different day. So 25 goals. You write down all 25. Boom. You look at them. You absorb them. You think to them, yep, this is what I want to do. I want to lose 10 pounds. I want to learn to play the violin. I want to, be a CEO. I want to be all blah, blah, blah. You just have them all listed down. It's actually 25 goals. It's actually pretty hard to list out. So, do this little challenge right here. Get your 25, write them down. Skadoosh. You have them all there. Next, find your top 5. Circle them. So go in there, I can do the violin next year, learning Spanish, low on my priority list, and next thing you got, all right, I got 5. Step 2 is circle your top 5. All right. Step 3, Look at your 25 goals. Look at your circled 5. Look at your other 20, and maybe even rewrite your other 20 and separate them so you have a column. Top 5, other 20. And now just like eyeball them, look at them, absorb them, go back and forth with them. And this is the situation here. The top 5 are everything. The bottom 20 are everything that's going to try to distract you. There's going to be number 15 is going to be so easy, and you're like, I'll just go do this one. I'll knock it out. It'll be great for me. But what is it really doing? It's distracting you from your top 5. And those distractions are impacting us more on us moving forward on what we really, really want than the top 5 are. The top 5, those guys, they're usually hard. They're usually difficult. They usually take a lot of energy from us. They take our soul. Like, this is stuff that we're trying to do. And we come across all these small, meaningless, false sense of happiness, bottom 20. And there's no point to the happiness there, right? In that moment, when you do number 14, you're going to feel happy. And the distraction then is doing its job. You do feel a sense of happiness being distracted. You do feel a sense of happiness going and try to search and see if there's aliens. But they're distracting you, and your brain is keeping you comfortable, because when you have to go out and battle adversity and you have to battle struggle, you do not feel comfortable, and your brain wants you to feel comfortable. So what it does is it allows you to feel good with these distractions. The mind is always trying to keep you in a good place and feeling. So when you feel challenged, it's going to figure out, okay, and logically it's going to be like, how do I get you back to feeling comfortable? Because that's my job. But that direction, that distraction is a huge rabbit hole. And determining whether or not there's aliens or learning how to play the violin when you have these 5 other goals about taking care of your family, they do feel good in that moment. And then when it's all settled and the dust is settled and you feel unaccomplished again because you went down that hole, that's when you find out, wow, it has no impact on me. Whether or not there's aliens or whether or not I can play the violin has no impact on whether or not I can put food on the table or whether or not I'm chasing this deep goal that I have. And that's how I feel about aliens for me. They have no value. They're just a distraction. So we have to figure out how to move forward and overcome these, because some of our biggest distractions are some of our likes. But we have to find those things that are more than just like our top 5. I think it was Christopher Columbus. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Christopher Columbus. So stated, by prevailing over all obstacles and distractions, one may unfailingly arrive at the chosen goal or destination. One of our hardest obstacles is removing things that we do find joy in. We have to remove those. And maybe be unliked by your friends for a time or whatnot. But in the long term, everything will come back to us. You can't do big things if you're distracted by small things, right? You cannot. There's a quote that says, life is a hailstorm of distractions, and it's not the monster that stops us, but the mosquito. It's the little small things that are going to get us. Push them to the side. They feel good at the moment. But when it's all settled, if you're not on track to doing your top 5, you're just going to feel unaccomplished. And you're gonna notice that feeling every day. There's this time where people talk about, well, if your job is your hobby, then you never feel like it's a job. And that's true, because if you're searching and you're on path for a true goal of yours, you never feel like you're working. You always feel just this energy, because the feeling of progression and the feeling of being on something in your direction is your body creates the energy for that. You don't feel tired, and you just want to keep going. You start burning with passion, right? So find your top 5 and remove everything off the plate. It's something I work on. I've been working on for years. It's difficult. It's really difficult to maintain that focus and keep a distraction that's out of your way, that is something that you like, but still removing it. So So today, I challenge you to do the 525. See if you can get that situated and really start to focus on, top five goals. And can you remove everything else? Can you remove number 6? So I hope that adds value. It's something I'm working on. I'll continue to work on. Feel free to ever ask me what my top 5 are if you see me, and we'll go from there. So that's Monday, guys. Have a good one. Hope you had and enjoyed this conversation. It's one I've had in the past with other friends. It's one I've had in this past with myself. So drink your coffee. Have a good Monday. Drink your tea. Go out and do great things. Arizona's kind of opening up, so still stay safe. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Stay away from everybody. Keep that 6 feet. But as always, learn, practice, train, and always, 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 always move forward. That's Coffee with Chachi today, guys. Have a good one.